Every real estate agent dreads that conversation, the price reduction talk. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be awkward or painful or confrontational. In fact, if you handle it right, it can actually make your clients trust you more, respect your professionalism, and get their home sold faster. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I prep my sellers from day one. The system I use called the 10-10 rule, and the way I protect my clients from fake offers that waste their time. Stick with me because by the end, you'll have a system that makes price reduction simple, professional, and drama-free. Let's be real. No seller wakes up in the morning excited to hear, hey, we really need to drop the price of your home. Sellers are emotionally attached to their home. Their memories and often their plans for the future are already tied to the certain dollar amount that they have listed in the MLS. As agents, our job isn't to just sell houses. It's to guide people through a business decision with confidence and compassion. But here's where agents get it wrong. They wait until the home has been sitting, crickets for weeks, and then they scramble in a panic mode. That's when the seller feels blindsided and starts losing confidence in you. Instead, you've got to set the expectations before the listing ever goes live. When I meet with sellers, I say this up front. We can set the price based on data we have, but ultimately, the market will decide what it's willing to bear. I remind them, together, with the information I provide, we set a price. However, the market ultimately establishes the price. This simple phrase instantly shifts the pressure off of you and onto one factor that no one can argue with, the marketplace. And let me tell you, as a listing agent for years, I took enormous pride in pricing homes the right way. To me, it was an art form. I priced it like an appraiser would, digging into the comps, making very detailed adjustments, but then I added the extra layer that they don't have, that market desirability factor, because I'm in the market, I know the market, and I deal with sellers every day. I even attended appraisal courses on pricing strategies, which I highly recommend that you do the same. It sharpened my ability to position homes correctly from day one. Here's also the bonus of solid pricing. In certain markets, it helps you weed out the garbage offers. Don't fall for the trap of buyers throwing out fake numbers just to get you under contract, only so they can beat you down later in negotiations. Unless, of course, the offer comes with concessions that make sense, but don't take the bait. Listing agents need to be smarter than that. Protect your seller and don't let weak offers waste their time or confidence in you. Okay, guys, so this is the system that makes price reduction talk almost automatic. I call it the 10-10 rule. If we go 10 days on the market with no showings, we need to reduce the price. If we get 10 showings but no offers, well, then we need to reduce the price. It's clean, it's logical, and it gives you an easy benchmark to point back to. And yes, this same principle applies whether you're in a buyer's market or a seller's market. I've been doing it for many years. So when you call your seller, you're not saying, listen, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, I think we really should drop the price. You're saying, remember the 10-10 rule we talked about? Well, we've hit it. The market's giving us a feedback. It's talking to us. And now it's time to adjust. That conversation then goes from painful to expected. Sellers respect the system, and it keeps you in control of the narrative. I also let sellers know the very first people through the door are often the most motivated buyers. You see, these buyers have been waiting for exactly your type of home. And here's the kicker. Those early buyers also usually pay the highest price. So if you're getting the showings, but they're not making offers, that's very powerful feedback. And if you wait too long to adjust, you've already lost your best chance at top dollar. When you finally sit down with your seller, don't make it emotional. Bring data. Show them comps. Show them what's sold, what's still sitting, what's pending, and why. Pull your online stats, your views, your saves, your clicks. The market speaks through numbers, and your job as the listing agent is to be the translator. Also, by all means, you need to be honest and upfront with your sellers. You need to be the one that tells them what they don't want to hear. It's just the facts. This is your job as the listing agent. Here's the part the sellers always need to hear. Time and market, well, it's kind of like milk in the fridge, right? It doesn't get better over time. In fact, it becomes a little stale. And if you sit too long in the market, then you have a stale listing. Buyers start to ask their agents, what is wrong with this house? It looks so nice in the photos and the descriptions. Do you think we can get a deal? Acting early and acting with a systematic approach protects your seller's equity and positions them to win. So guys, here's the big takeaway. Prepare your sellers before you go live. I cannot stress this enough. This is the most important factor. Make it crystal clear that the market is going to establish the price. Use the 10-10 rule so there's no surprises. And never, in certain markets, accept those weak offers that set your clients up for disappointment. At the end of the day, this is a business, and it's a business about trust. Sellers trust us to be honest, smart, and proactive. If you do that, you'll not only get that price reduction, you'll get referrals for years to come. Let's hear from you. What's your go-to script for having a price reduction conversation? Drop it in the comments. Let's build a library of strategies together. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and share this with another agent who needs to hear this today. There's a lot of agents in this position, and they're too afraid to have this conversation. Or maybe they didn't set themselves up properly in the beginning. That's okay. We all have to learn one way or another. But hopefully you see this video before you make those mistakes.